Arsenal v Man City. Who wins the Community Shield? Arsenal and Manchester City meet in the Community Shield, but who actually wins? Let's break it down. Recent head-to-head. First of the last 6 Premier League meetings, Arsenal have won 2, Man City have won 1, and have 3 that ended in a draw. The aggregate score across those 6 games is Arsenal 10, Man City 6. So recent history gives Arsenal the advantage, but there's one important detail. Arsenal's 5-1 victory accounts for the huge part of that difference. Remove that one game, and the other 5 meetings are 5-5. So despite Arsenal's improved record against City, this is generally going to be an incredibly tight matchup. Arsenal's biggest advantage. For me, Arsenal's biggest advantage is their midfield and tactical continuity. Mikel Arteta has been building a system for years at Arsenal, and after winning the Premier League last season, Arsenal aren't trying to reinvent themselves. However, Man City are. They're beginning a new era under Enzo Maresca, following Pep's leaving. Maresca knows his style of football very well, but this will be his first competitive game in charge of City, and facing Arsenal is immediately a massive test, especially because of the midfield Arteta can potentially use. Zubimendi, Rice, Guimaraes, Odegaard. That's an incredible collection of midfielders. If Arsenal could dominate that area and consistently get Odegaard on the ball and Saka receiving the ball around City's defensive structure, I think Arsenal can control large periods of the game. City's advantage, however, is obvious. Haaland. There's one reason why that you can't rule out City. That's because of Haaland. Saliba is also out as well, which is a massive issue for Arsenal because he was part of the system that won the league last season. This is potentially decisive because if they can get Haaland in and he scores, it's going to be very difficult for Arsenal to get back into it. They might only need them to make 1 or 2 mistakes, and that's it. Then Haaland's in, scores, and then they can win the game. That's probably City's clearest route to winning this match. And Arsenal's defensive performances during pre-season have given City a bit more encouragement because they have conceded a few goals. However, that you can't really look into that fully because 1 is pre-season, and 2, they've had a lot of players out, like from their defence because obviously World Cup duties and stuff like that. Saliba being injured, that is going to be the case for their game. So maybe looking at it, it's a bit closer than what we thought. But can't really take pre-season into consideration too much. 2 key players for me. Haaland for Man City. He's a match winner. He's one of the best in the league. He's, if not the world, he is a match winner. Him alone, give him a few chances, he will definitely score you a goal. And he does like to score against Arsenal. And for Arsenal, Bukayo Saka. Saka might be back to full fitness now. He might not be, but he's had plenty of rest now after the World Cup. He wasn't used excessively in the World Cup, so he might have had time to recover from his injury. And he can rip a team apart if he's on his game. First goal in this game is really important. It's going to really set the tone for who I imagine wins this game. I think the team who scores first will win the game in this game because that means the other team's got to come out and play a little bit more in a different style that they wouldn't have already wanted to play in. So I think that's going to be the difference here. If Arsenal score first, they can sort of sit back, let City have the ball, and then just counter-attack. Whereas if City score first, Arsenal then got to push up, and that might play into City's hands because then they're going to leave Haaland more space. And that's also a very dangerous thing. My prediction. I'm not expecting either team to completely dominate this game. I think it's going to be relatively end-to-end, but I think it's also going to be like very close. It's not going to be end-to-end like nearly score. It's going to be end-to-end, but defences are on top. But I think it's going to be decided by 1 goal. And I think Arsenal are going to do it. I think Arsenal are going to win 2-1. Now this goes sort of hand in hand with the team that have been selected. If Rodri can play, maybe that's a different story. Maybe Man City have got a better chance. Well, they've definitely got a better chance with him playing, but maybe they've got a chance of winning with him playing. But if he's not, then maybe not, because the midfield of Arsenal will definitely dominate the game if Rodri's not playing. And can Arsenal cope without Saliba against Man City? I know time's gone by. Haaland and Gabriel have sort of man-marked each other. There's a constant battle between them in every single game. Even in the World Cup, the Brazil game, them two were all over each other. So
Saliba doesn't really get involved in that, but Saliba didn't have to get involved in that because he's like a Rolls Royce. He just sits behind, watches what's going on, and gets involved when he needs to get involved. He doesn't get involved in all the silly business. So I still think Arsenal will win this game 2-1. And a massive start of the season for them. Let me know in the comments what you think. If you think City will win, if you think Arsenal will win, if you think it will draw and go to penalties, let me know what you think. And if you think I'm wrong or you think you disagree with me, then let me know. In a bit.